Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out the SK05 from LoopGear. This should be exciting. I got the Rivery Zero here to do the honors, made in good old US of A with machine aluminum utility blade. All the links will be down below in the description and pinned comment if you guys want to check out prices, availability, and variants. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out what the SK05 is all about. This one should be interesting. We got a green dot on the box. Maybe this one's a green color. Let's find out. You have the magnetic little unboxing experience here. And nice meeting you. Little welcome message there. Thank you for joining LoopGear on our journey of chasing the light. Very interesting. We got a little pull tab here. Loop up performance and appearance forever. Okay, we have all kinds of goodies here. We have a USB-C to USB-C cable. We have maybe like a pocket clip situation here. Let's take a look at that. Definitely looks like a pocket clip. We'll come back to that in a second. Some additional hardware and even a nice little complementary screwdriver with what seems to be a T6 bit. We got the user manual. Well, we'll keep this one handy, make sure we don't miss anything. We of course got Mandarin, my native tongue. Just kidding. And last but not least, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the SK05. Holy smokes, right off the bat, pretty cold to the touch. So we're working with aluminum, and I'm not sure why we had a green dot. I thought that was like foreshadowing to a green color or not, but I am glad it actually came in this color. You guys know me, I like more monochromatic style knives and flashlights and multi-tools and such. So for starters, I mean, the dual barrel right here looks pretty savage. Kind of reminds me of one of those dual barrel shotguns. That looks pretty good. Looks like we're gonna have a spotlight and a floodlight combo. We have, I want to say this probably where the pocket clip will mount on with the hardware. I want to say, why don't we go ahead and do that really quick? All right, might as well, we're already here. It's interesting, it doesn't come installed, right? So you can install it to your preference. Kind of gives you a little bit of an IKEA build your own furniture style vibes. But yeah, let me go ahead and mount this one there pretty quick. Should be very straightforward. If I didn't already lose a screw, there it is. So yeah, in case you're wondering, we have a magnet back here, and that is a very strong magnet. It keeps pulling at my pocket clip, so that makes that a fun process. So there you go, very strong magnet back there. That's going to come handy. Nice and very straightforward process to install the pocket clip. And I like this pocket clip because you could mount it on your hat as well and just have some light facing forward. That definitely gets the work done pocket clip wise. A little bit also wider because it definitely got a little bit of weight to it. This is not your typical skinny lightweight flashlight. This one's got just a little bit more weight than your typical flashlight. It's got a very rugged nature to it, and I'll tell you that. We got some lines and LoopGear embossed in there. SK05 Pro. Let me get it right. Not just the regular one, but the Helm Pro. That's what we're looking at here. We have a serial number, I want to say, on these. And there's a very specific, do not use other brand batteries or you may risk causing serious consequences. Be aware of the heat of the head. So in other words, the head is going to get a little bit toasty, right? That's why we have the little icon right there. And I want to say before we turn it on, we want to get into, there we go. There's a little bit of a lock, little slider here to be able to open the battery door. And I was pretty sure I had to remove something in here in order to be able to get it to work. So we'll remove those films out of the way. While we're here, might as well get a closer look. What are we looking at battery wise? So we're looking at not one but two 4,000 milliamp batteries. We have 14.4 watt hours with a 3.6 volt. 18650 might be the model number on these, and they are LoopGear branded. So you can always find them on the LoopGear website. I'll have these linked as well as obviously the product itself. And I want to say they go in positive in first, positive down like that, and then we're going to go ahead and close the door there, and we can slide the little lock button because with that lock button it won't open. The $1 million question is, yeah, there's like a rubber seal all around it, so it should offer some sort of water resistance, if anything. So that's a good sign. USB-C charging port under a rubber little door here. USB-C charging, love it. We have USB-C cables everywhere these days, so I love that it doesn't have any proprietary nonsense, but rather something that we actually do have all around the house. It looks like we have multiple modes, so it is currently in the lock mode. Then we have a floodlight spotlight, and then we have this other mode here. And of course in the lock mode is not going to turn on at all, so it's good. So it's in your pocket or whatever the case may be. It shouldn't turn on its own. We're going to go ahead and slide over to this mode here. Okay, well, hold on a second. Something is happening here. Is it giving me the battery readout? Well, as I'm switching through the different modes, I'm getting some blue little dots here on this indicator on the side. Let's go ahead and get it turned on, shall we? It seems to turn on the 3 LED portion of the 2-barrel sort of approach. It's a simple on and off click. I can click it on and I can just click it off. I'm sure if I press and hold, then we can change different modes. So that got a little bit brighter, then that got a little bit brighter, and then we're back to the lowest mode there. So that's the lowest. That gets brighter, bam, boom. If I do a double tap, there we go. If I do a double tap, then it goes to the brightest possible mode. And by the way, I will be doing a night testing, right? So you can see what this thing can do outside at night, obviously, where it obviously can do, definitely showcase what it can do a lot better. Just to do a quick recap, this is going to be the floodlight, right? We look at the icon there, and this is everything that we have for the floodlight. So we have a low, medium, high, and the turbo. So that's what we were cycling through a second ago. And then double tap for turbo. And we have a strobe light that can give you epilepsy at any time. There we go. That's the turbo there, and here are all the details, just so you guys can take it all in. And then we have all the different run times as well. By the way, in low, it can last all the way to 95 hours on that floodlight mode. That's pretty dope. We're going to go ahead and switch over to, there we go. You can notice that doing it in real life. You can switch over from the floodlight to the spotlight, just turning the wheel there. And then here we have, as far as spotlight goes, we also have a low, medium, high. So let's just go ahead and see what we're dealing with here. Okay, getting a little bit brighter, and then it kind of goes down to the lowest, and I can double tap for turbo. Again, we're going to test it out here tonight, later in the video. So there you go. Those are the details for specifically the spotlight. It looks like around 96 hours on the low mode as well. That's really, really good. And by the way, we do have a side light too, which is runtime over 20 days. That's interesting on that. We'll check that in a moment. By the way, anytime you turn on the light, it does give you a readout as far as battery goes. Right, so this one seems to be about half charge. 100% will be completely blue, and then the blue drains a little bit until it goes all the way to red. That obviously means you have to recharge it. I mean, I gotta tell you, so far it's been very intuitive. We're gonna slide over to the last option here in the setting, and I want to say that's going to be our side light, and it sure is. Right, the moment I turn it on, that is the last setting there, side light. And first mode, it is cycling through some different RGB colors. We can actually switch from different modes. I'm trying to do double click. There we go. We got popo mode as well. Please do not impersonate the police. That would not end up well for you. But you know, if these were sold to a police department or something, right, you do have that mode built in. Now if I press and hold, I can change the specific color. So that's nice that you can do that. Press and hold, cycling through different colors. So I'm not changing modes, I'm cycling through all the specific variations of a specific mode. Simple on and off click. So say if I switch over to this mode, this one's going to be like a fading in and out color. I can press and hold to switch it to a different color. So still the same mode, but a different variation, aka color. So far, pretty intuitive that you can do it that way, right? Just simple, one click on and off, double click to switch the light mode, and press and hold to switch the color. All right, what about this one? This one looks pretty good. So I got like a raindrop, right? And again, it starts in red. You can press and hold to change the color. You guys get the idea. So again, out of all the different modes that we do have, look at this one. You can change it to whatever color you want. You do not need, contrary to popular belief, right? So I see this in the comments all the time. You need a PhD to be able to understand that flashlight. I need a flashlight that's straightforward and it doesn't have too many gimmicks. Well, the truth is, some of these flashlights, or many of them, are becoming so affordable. You might as well have the extra features because it's going to cost you around the same as a traditional flashlight that's going to have some really dim halogen yellow bulb or whatever, and you know, you get a lot more functionality with something like this for about the same amount of money. And it's always you know, nice to have feature, nice to have and not need, then obviously need it and not have it. By the way, quick summary here if you guys want to take a closer look as far as all the different light modes or RGB style color combos that you can do. And for example, you have the single click on and off, like I was saying earlier. You can double click for the turbo mode, and then you can also triple click for the SOS or the strobing or changing strobing light. You would just press and hold in order to switch between strobe or SOS. Here's how it works if you're in the floodlight mode. But again, just showcasing it in case you were curious or you needed the additional steps. But it comes with the user manual, of course, but it was pretty easy, intuitive. Again, I like the fact that you can actually switch through the different modes on the fly. So if I want to do the side light or the spotlight or the floodlight, I can just do that, or I can even turn it off with locking it. If it happens to be on and I just lock it, it just turns it off and you're good to go. Very excited for this one. All right, let's just go ahead and go outside and see what this thing can do, shall we? And just like that, guys, we're right outside with the flashlight here. And first thing you notice here is as you switch from one mode to another, it gives you a battery readout. So I did charge it, so it's fully charged. See the whole blue bar pretty much. And I'm just gonna start with the first mode here, first turn of the dial. And I want to see what mode I'm in. Press and hold, press and hold. Okay, so this is the lowest mode, and that's already quite a bit right there. I want to say this is a floodlight and this is the spotlight. Okay, there we go. That's definitely a spotlight. We'll come back to that in a moment. But yeah, as far as floodlight goes, the lowest mode, we have quite a bit of a reach here. Press and hold. That definitely gets quite brighter there. Again, still on the floodlight mode. That is like a medium. Press and hold. I want to say this one is high. Hi, how you doing? Double tap, there's turbo. Yeah, that floodlight turbo mode, that's pretty good, not gonna lie. Up at the same trees here, definitely throwing some good light for sure. We can even almost get to the trees way over there. And then I'm gonna switch here to spotlight. Oh yeah, that spotlight is something. Now this is interesting. You get a spotlight, but you still get a wider rim, right? If I can stretch my arm here a bit, a wider rim around it. So it still gives you some ambient light around the spotlight for what it's worth. And then you can definitely get at the trees there. Let me just cycle through the different modes. Okay, this is low. Right, you can see a difference here. Low, medium, and then high. I want to say double tap. There we go. That's turbo right there. Okay, we'll do the same thing over on the opposite side here. See where we can get. Can get some trees way back there. Definitely this big old tree here. Press and hold. Low. Press and hold. Actually, I stand corrected. That's low. Medium. High. Double tap. Turbo. You can even get to some of those trees way back there. So the reach is definitely something. And it's getting a little toasty in the tip. All right. Be aware of the hot head. Just like we read earlier in the video, I can definitely feel it getting a little bit toasty on the fingers here. So safe to say it's got quite a good reach there on both the spotlight and the floodlight. So this is turbo on the floodlight and this is the spotlight. So we can like the fact that you can switch between the two, just turning the dial there. Pretty nice. And of course you have the whole slew of different modes here with the RGB, being able to change just like we saw earlier, all kinds of different modes. Just gonna do a quick test here, right, from a distance. Just gonna set it there and see, right, take a couple steps back like I typically do. And yeah, that's pretty bright, right, for an auxiliary light that you can basically customize to whatever color you want with a whole bunch of different modes. All right, there's a popo mode. And I'm not going to go through them all because we pretty much cycled through every single one earlier in the video. But I think you get the idea, guys. That is a full cycle through all the different modes. Again, fully charged. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments. You be the judge. But this thing definitely has quite the mighty power, to say the least. It is making a big difference. And it doesn't look that dark just because the iPhone actually does a good job recording outside, in case you didn't know. But yeah, this thing is, look at that, lightsaber mode. Vroom, 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 vroom. Star Wars style. Yeah, you get the idea. Let me know. Rate it on the scale from 1 through 10. 10 being the brightest. You guys let me know in the comments. And now, zoop, back to the video. And of course, last but not least, I want to do a quick side-by-side comparison here just to kind of give you a ballpark. I think one of the one that comes the closest in sort of the style here will be the X4 from Wuben. Then we have some smaller EDC ones like the Fenix Red and the E06R. Also from LoopGear, we have the SK03. So it's like SK05 Pro. This one is the SK03. It's a little bit smaller flashlight there. We also have some smaller, more tactical, like the T4 from Wuben and the Wurkkos TD07. All these linked down below, by the way, in case you guys want to check out prices, availability, and variants. I have content on all of them here in the channel if you guys want to learn more. And to wrap things up, right, something a little bit more bigger size, tactical, the TD04 from Wurkkos and the Wuben L3. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one again, the SK05 Helm Pro from LoopGear. I'm absolutely very impressed. You saw what it was capable of doing outside at night. It definitely has some great potential. But I want to hear your thoughts. What do you guys like about it? What do you love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down below. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Either this one or this one. Peace.